Welcome to Minesweeper Tutorial 1. Let's start with options to go into the beginner difficulty. What it means to be a beginner versus an advanced grid is that for a beginning grid, you would have a lot of boxes, a lot of squares that are in your grid, and then very few mines to accommodate those boxes. So if we wanted to do something really easy, we would go custom and make the height the maximum at 24 and the width the maximum at 30 to make the biggest grid possible, and then choose the least number of mines possible, which is 10. That would make the easiest Minesweeper setup. So we'll just go with beginner right now. So it's a 9 by 9 grid with 10 mines, and we click anywhere to begin. It is a fact that you cannot click a mine on your first click. That's just how they programmed the software. So click anywhere, and we have a big opening, and we have lots of numbers. So let's start with this number 1, right? Let's start with this number 1. We know that this number 1 means there's one mine surrounding the box. So there's 8 adjacent boxes, and one of those adjacent boxes is a mine because this says 1. As opposed to over here, 3 of these adjacent boxes are mines. So back to this 1. We know that there's 8 boxes and that these 7 right here have already been found to have no mines in them. So the only box left is the box that is the mine, because we have to have one mine in these 8 boxes. We can now go to this one right here, and we look at the 8 boxes that are adjacent and look for the mine that is surrounding for it. We already clicked on which box is a mine, and thus we already know that these are not mines. None of these except this flagged box. So we know that this, and this are not mines. Now, we can do this again with this one right here. Again, it's in the corner. It's pretty easy. There's one mine, and there's only one box left. We know it's a mine. 100% certain. And we can look at this number 1. We already know there's the one mine right here. It totally satisfies this number. So we know that these are not mines. Now, you notice that this guy opened up automatically. It's because these empty spaces represent zeros, and if you get a 0, the computer automatically does it for you. So if we look at, let's go over here. If we look at this one, we know that that's a mine, right? It's the only box we can check as a mine, and there's only one mine for this box. Same here, right? Easy. Let's do that for here too. Then we can look at this 2, and we can see that it means there are 2 mines adjacent to the box, and that we've already marked 2 mines here. So this 2 is completely satisfied. Now, what we can use is, instead of clicking these 2, because they're totally obvious, but they take a little bit of time to click, we can use a tool. We can left click and right click at the same time. See? And it does this. It selects all the boxes adjacent to the box your cursor is over. And if we bring it over to 2, it leaves those 2 boxes over there to select. It does it automatically for us. So we just let go of the left and right cursor, and it's done it for us. The same thing with this 1. We know that there's one mine here, and we know that all of these boxes are satisfied. So we can use that feature again to click all those boxes for us. But let's just do it for fun. Oh, and we got another little opening. So let's go to this 3 right here. There are 2 mines already surrounding the 3. And we know that there are 3 mines total, and there's only 1 box left. So we know there's 2, and there's 1 box that needs 1, so we know that's a mine automatically. Now we can go over here and just left and right click the 2 here. We know this 2 needs a mine. Same here. We can click that because there's a mine here and there's a mine here. So the 2 is satisfied. And we can do that same thing here. We know the 1 has a mine, so we can click there. And we know the 2 has 1 mine here, and the 2 needs another mine, and the only choice is there. We can go over here. This 1 has been satisfied over here, so we can click on this because it's adjacent. We can go to one of these corners and see that out of the 8 boxes, only 1 is left unmarked, and we need 1 mine. 100% certain there's a mine there. And this 1 now is satisfied. Everything adjacent's good. Now, we're left with a situation. We are left with 1 mine here. And it is a 50-50 shot. Well, I got lucky that time, but I could have lost. Even though it's beginner, it all depends on your luck, really, the probability. So that's the end of Minesweeper tutorial number 1.